Just 10 days away from the start of the 2017 Cal Poly football season, the Mustangs welcoming in the Raiders of Colgate out of the Patriot League. My name is Chris Sylvester. I'm alongside now ninth-year head coach Tim Walsh. And, well, Coach, you were able to help lead your squad to a postseason appearance last year, but you do lose your second-team All-Big Sky quarterback in Dan O'Graves, including a couple other key seniors off of last year's team. How's the team looking the first few weeks of fall camp this year as we quickly approach the start of the 2017 season?
Well, the good news is we didn't lose Dan O'Graves. I hired him as the quarterback coach. So
That's right.
He's still here and doing a tremendous job. But, in reality, I really think the team came in with a tremendous attitude. I think the senior leadership might be the best that we've had since we've been here. I think they really have bonded together and really feel like, that they can lead the team, which is important. It's not just about the seniors, and it's not just about the returners or the starters. It's about 105 guys. And I think these guys have really embraced that. And I think that's going to be a great part of who we are in 2017. And obviously after 18 practices, I think we're ready to play a game. There's no question. We're dragging a little bit, as all teams are, and starting in July is a little bit different. It gave our guys a short summer. So there's some challenges, but we're excited for August 26th to get here.
First time in Cal Poly program history that the Mustangs have opened up camp in the month of July. So just a 5-week summer for your football players before they had to hightail it back here to San Luis Obispo. What are the challenges of starting camp earlier, not being able to have those 2-day practices been for you guys as a coaching staff?
Well, I think number one for the players, they only had a 5-week training session. They had dead week, which has to be off, finals week, which is off, and then we usually give them a week off. So all of a sudden you have 3 weeks off. Now there's guys, they're all dedicated guys, and yeah, they lift and they run and they do their deal, but not to the intensity they did it with when they came back. And then all of a sudden football was on top of us. So I think there's definitely an advantage if you're a semester school as opposed to us being a quarter school to that longer break in the summer as far as your training and your readiness. But we showed up ready. I tested our guys on July 25th, and every guy passed the test. It wasn't easy, and they're in good condition and ready to go. I think we're stronger than we've been, and we look pretty fast and lean. So I'm excited. Now the difference is the length of the season just increased, not only by the 0-week game, but by the no 2-a-day rule. And I think if the players could vote on it again, they'd vote for the way it was and get that week back, because in reality they've lost a week, and that's a week out of their summer. So the challenges have been not that big for us. Their day is full. For the last 3 weeks they've been here at 5:30 or 5:45 in the morning. They get home at 7:30 or at 8. They have some academic things that we do. They have some orientation and some social things that we do. But the majority of their day has been football, lifting, conditioning, and training room. And when you do that for 3 weeks, you got to be conscious of their mental fatigue as well as their physical fatigue.
Now, we mentioned that postseason appearance last season, your second time taking Cal Poly to the postseason since coming here 9 years ago. It means to building a program here at the FCS level. Is the next step for Cal Poly football getting to the playoffs back-to-back seasons?
Well, there's no question. I would hope we get to the playoffs every season that I'm coaching. But the reality of the situation is it's extremely competitive. And you better have your best and be ready for the best from your opponent on every Saturday and take them one at a time. I know it's the cliche, but it's a fact. And what you accomplished in the year before and the years past is all good as far as your memories go. But really, this is about 2017 and what we're going to accomplish now.
A lot of key returners on this year's squad. You have Joe Prothro, who's probably the best fullback in all of FCS football, and I'm sure he'd give the FBS guys a run for their money as well. And Kyle Lewis, who's definitely a prospect if he can stay healthy and do what he did a season ago. You throw those two offensive weapons into a triple option offense with Khalil Jenkins, third quarterback under center to start the season in each of the last 3 years. He sat behind Chris Brown 2 years ago. He sat behind Dan O'Graves, as you mentioned, now his quarterback's coach a season ago. Is he ready to take the stage and lead this offense?
Well, if you would have saw him play against Portland State as a true freshman and play in a game where he only been with the system probably 8 or 9 weeks, you would be really impressed with how he played then. If he's been able to build on that in the last couple of years, then we probably got the guy we want. And like I've said many times, if we could go up and put all the traits that we look for in a triple option offense at the quarterback position, Khalil probably has at least 9 out of 10, if not all 10. And not only does he have them, I think he has them at a high level. So his expectations for himself are extremely high, but our expectations for him are pretty high too. And he's the type of guy that likes that. And I think you're going to see a very good athlete that's improved his throwing motion, improved his accuracy. He's faster than people think. He's 6'1.5", 205 pounds. A smart, great leader, great presence, and a great knowledge of the offense. So, like I said before, he's got all those traits that you look for. So, yeah, expectations are high for Khalil.
Let's talk a little bit about that non-conference schedule. A lot of media publications ranked Cal Poly's non-conference schedule in 2016 amongst the toughest in the country, and you pulled out some pretty big victories, obviously going on the road to South Dakota State. Any Missouri Valley Conference is hostile here at the FCS level. That was obviously a fantastic victory for your ball club that really, bolstered the playoff resume, if you will, at the end of last season to get you guys in. And you played Nevada, an FBS team, in the opening ball game into overtime in a fantastic fourth quarter comeback. You take a look at the non-conference schedule this year, obviously opening up against Colgate, a team coming from Hamilton, New York, out of the Patriot League. They're just 2 years removed from a nice little FCS playoff run. And then you go to another FBS Mountain West opponent the very next week up north to San Jose State, and another tough Missouri Valley Conference road game before that bye week, and then the start of Big Sky Conference play at Northern Iowa. Of course, Northern Iowa coming here to Alex G. Spano Stadium just a couple of seasons ago. What are your thoughts on the non-conference schedule and the strength of it here in 2017?
Well, I think the obvious thing is to prepare yourself to play in the Big Sky. I think playing the people we play is going to help prepare us to play who we got to beat to win a championship, and that's obviously the ultimate goal, is to win the Big Sky championship, because that solidifies the deal that you're going to be in the playoffs and probably gives you a first round bye, to be honest with you, and that's the goal, and that's where we want to be. And playing schools like Colgate, who a lot of people may not know a lot about, but 2 years ago they beat Sam Houston in Sam Houston and lost to James Madison, who came back in 17 and won the whole thing. So we're playing a quality opponent in game one, and we better be ready for it. I know they're going to be a physical football team, and they're hungry to get back to the playoffs. New San Jose State, new coach. Brent used to coach here at Cal Poly. I've known him really since he was a senior in high school. That's how long I go back to Brent and his time as a player at St. Francis High School in Mountain View. So there's a lot of things about that game for me that it's home. But for us, to have the opportunity to play the San Jose's, the Fresno's, the San Diego States of the world, those are great games for us. And I'm really excited to have that opportunity. I think our players will be as well. And I think we'll compete very well. And then the following week going to Northern Iowa, like you mentioned, Missouri Valley, it not only gives us credibility, it gives our conference credibility. We need to play well like we did in South Dakota last year, and really make a statement about ourselves, number one, but the Big Sky, number two, because that's going to help us get 1, 2, 3, and 4 into the playoffs.
Mentioning the Big Sky Conference, last year picked to finish 9th. This year 5 slots up, picked to finish 4th behind the defending co-champions. North Dakota picked to finish 1st. Eastern Washington, despite losing Cooper Kupp, who went in the 3rd round to the Los Angeles Rams, and of course new coaching staff up there in Washington as well. They're picked to finish 2nd. And then Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks, who were picked to finish 1st a season ago, had to deal with a ton of injuries. You guys welcomed them into Alex G. Spano Stadium on the 23rd of September. That'll be the first Big Sky Conference game for you all. So not much of a break in means to opening up conference play. Last year you had to do it against Montana and squeaked out that 1-point thriller here at home in late September. And this year you're going to have to do it again against Northern Arizona. What are your early impressions of the Big Sky Conference?
No, that's my team. I think that they're the most athletic team. They get their quarterback back. They have a good nucleus coming back. They are always in the top 2 or 3 most athletic teams in the conference. And our games have been very meaningful to the conference championships in the last couple of years. And they've been meaningful to the playoffs. And obviously opening up with them, whoever wins that football game is going to have a big advantage. Now, they have a bye before playing with us, and I'm sure everybody would like to have that because of the offense we run. But, our execution hopefully will be at the top of the charts for us, and therefore give us an opportunity to beat a very athletic and a very good Northern Arizona team, and that would be a great way for us to kick off not only the Big Sky schedule, but here at home in September when the students are back. It should be a great environment.
Final thing before I let you go here, Coach. Now, we mentioned earlier this is your 9th season at the helm of the Cal Poly football program. The opening game just 10 days away against Colgate. That's going to be a nationally televised game. Obviously, you've taken this program to new heights over the past 9 seasons. What does it mean to have your opening home game on national television, and what does that speak to as means of what you've done as a coach here over the past 9 years?
Well, I just think the exposure it gives the entire university is good. I mean, we're playing an academic school in Colgate. Pioneer League's very academic as well. So it's a great matchup between universities west and east, and probably cultures as far as how we play the game of football and all those things. So we welcome the opportunity and to put it on national TV when there's a lot of hungry football fans out there that want to watch football. It gives a great opportunity for us to give the Cal Poly name some exposure, and for me and for our team, most importantly for our football team, to get a national football game in the recruiting process and tell our recruits that, hey man, tune in, it's on TV, it's live, it's here at Alex G. Spano Stadium. So I'm looking forward to it. I know our players are. I hope our community is, because obviously I really believe that when we have people in the stands, we're a much better football team. And I think everybody is at home when you have that type of an environment.
Well, can you believe it? The football season just 10 days away. Cal Poly will welcome in Colgate, the Raiders coming all the way from New York to open up the 2017 campaign. We'd love to have you out at Alex G. Spano Stadium. For ticket information, visit gopoly.com. But if you can't make it, it's a nationally televised game on ESPNU. Tim, appreciate the time and can't wait for the start of the year.
Yeah, you're here. That means football's here.
That's right.